What is this? Do y'all do like a talk show or something?
Show for you wonderful people. I know because I was told that by my producers. So without further ado, what I'm going to do today, on top of giving you a little bit of heads up on what the future plans of Mork at Midnight is, I'm going to bring on a guest here, my first guest actually, in the human existence of what I consider to be my fat ass embarrassing myself for your guys' entertainment. Boom. I am going to be showcasing you guys a lovely app by a lovely developer called Infinite World Games, and it's going to be something that when it releases is going to blow the socks and minds of everybody who gets a chance to pitter-patter around in it.
Hey, Mork,
so,
that microphone.
Yes.
It does not like you.
Hairy man area.
It's okay. I went around.
So just want to make sure that everyone can hear me clearly.
Maybe drop
I have the lapel mic on, don't I?
Just use the stage mic.
Pushed. It's okay.
You're a stage mic.
But I keep
Oh, it's
hearing people
respawned
behind me
somewhere.
talking.
No.
We're all in a party. so
Okay.
nobody's talking. It's
Magic. Poof. The lapel mic is gone. We're going to have to do this without a lapel mic, people. I'm going rogue with that.
Content spotlight.
Yes. People, without further ado, I'm waiting for my mic to come back because that would be neat. But until it does, I am going to introduce my host, Mayhem. Can you hear me?
Absolutely, sir.
Absolutely. Everyone, can you hear me? People in the rafters, people up top, people in the
Yeah.
basement,
Barely.
drinking schnapps. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to introduce you to my good friend, James, one of the creators of Utopia VR. Okay? Please, can you get James on the stage, please? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, sir. Have a seat. Yes. Welcome aboard. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Doing pretty good.
Fantastic. I'm tickled pink because I
Wow,
had the
that
opportunity to kind of dabble in here what you're doing, what you and all of these wonderful people in Infinite World Games are doing here with this app that's coming out on Oculus and other like VR platforms, correct? It's not just like
Yes, we're doing Steam VR and PC VR as well as regular, just straight PC and the Quest.
oh, perfect. Okay, that means that like anybody who accidentally has access to any one of those platforms can jump on in and get an access to this amazing situation that they're setting up here. Now, and if you could just kind of like explain to me and the crowd, because I have to pretend dumb via the script as to what's going on here, because I know there's some things with like it's how do I explain it? It's Sims, Second Life, World of Warcraft mixed. How does that go?
Well, it's if you take Ready Player One and you mix Sims with it and then throw World of Warcraft on top of it, you'll get close to what the out gold plan for it is.
Oh my God, I'm flamboyantly excited and also frighteningly confused because I am not tech savvy. And as long as that means that that's something fun, I'm down. I literally love Ready Player One. And I think that the idea of being able to experience one of those like Second Life scenarios in VR would be pretty sick. Now, is that something that like, I assume because like Second Life and all that other stuff had like incurable job related like funds and stuff, but like, how are you guys going to be doing like in-game currency?
Well, it's basically what you do is the in-game currency. You actually play mini games and go against other people and challenge them.
Thanks for
in
coming.
different challenges as well. As also that you can learn to craft stuff and create items and repair items for people as well to gain in-game currency.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
you take that and you get an apartment once you get to Infinite City.
So like, you have like your own little spot then. That would be like something that like you would earn, or is that just like something that they give you when you like be a part of the game? Like,
When you get to Infinite City, you get a free apartment. It's just the base apartment kind of thing. And then you
Okay.
can
Now, I read up a little
upgrade
bit-
apartments.
oh no, I read about that part too. But I mean, like, but that starts
What's up,
after
Christo
you leave.
Oh, what's up,
the
dude? I remember you from last
outpost?
night, right over here.
Here's the
Yeah,
stairs.
What up,
Cool.
man?
All right. Now, from what I understand, people, Outpost City is going to be like a spot where there's mini games and sort of like I can't do this. I'm not. Okay. So then, like, that would be like getting like the in-game tokens and stuff like that. With is it infinite coins or infinite tokens?
It's infinite coins.
Infinite coins. Right on. Now, all of this in-game currency and stuff is like stuff that you would get via points through other, like regular video games like Call of Duty points or Apex coins or stuff like that. But it seems like that's like more of a farming experience kind of a thing, where as you play through these little mini games, you get to accrue all of this stuff. Now, I wanted to ask, because what does Infinite City, as far as like all the stuff, offer? Because when I got to get in there, and anybody who gets involved with this on like the level that, like, I think there was a Patreon packages that gives you like early premiere access to like all of the stuff that they have to offer, correct? Like, what is it about that, if you wouldn't mind letting me spit on that? Because I love the idea of making money with this app.
It's a
Fuck this, I'm leaving.
The
pitching.
the actual when you go to Infinite City is where all the main stuff is. You can literally grow up your character till you can actually get a plot of land, and you can create your own home and all that kind of stuff, and add YouTube. And we're right now working trying to get like Disney Plus and all them kind of guys that allows to stream inside.
Oh, of course.
Those worlds too. And then once you get high enough, you become a creator. You can actually literally create multiple different types of universes that we're gonna have. The first one's gonna be kind of like this kind of universe where you can just create from primitives, and then add textures and stuff like that.
An event.
And you could also still add our stuff, our game objects that we have throughout the world that you can get.
No, yeah.
You can add that to those worlds too.
So,
Hey, do you want to go to
And then
controversy?
the other one is the MMO one, which is basically taking our games that we're going to build,
Or somewhere
and
else?
literally you'll be able to create your
You
own
know what?
versions
Actually, I
of those
wanted to talk
games.
to you.
And that's when you can start
Yeah, let's go to
earning what we
controversy
call
and let's
infinite
talk.
sapphires,
Let's see
which
if
you
we
can
wanna
actually
bring
get
any
paid
rules in.
in real world money from
I'm
that.
taking a deep breath because
That is so far out.
I've had
Now that means that like socializing. So this is like
Yeah, I didn't
also like
wanna
a social
run a
platform,
session
like
tonight,
meeting up with
but
your
I wanted to
buddies, and
talk.
what I understand, like watching
let's
stuff
go to
like
controversy.
on YouTube, like in your apartment, like
I'll
you would
see
have
you there in a
access to
moment.
like streaming stuff like that. I mean, in the future, of course. I can imagine right now we're probably dealing with like an alpha version while you're getting all the kinks and bugs out, right?
I need that gun.
Yeah, right now we're in the alpha stage, and we've got over 25 people that are running around the world right now.
I have been able. The only reason why I'm able to bark about some of this is because they were nice enough to let my chubby ass get in there early and see some of the awesome stuff that they have. So I'm not like completely dumb, but I am completely dumb and have to ask these people a lot of wonderful questions about the ifs and buts. Like, just to be perfectly clear, I'm not like trying to sell you on anything. I'm just literally showing you something that I found that was awesome, and I'm trying to get as much people interested in it, because like most video games don't have a trailer, coming this summer, blah, 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 blah. But we are so far at the precipice of this thing like coming out that there's nothing but what we have right now. All of the footage that's coming out from the people inside and what they have to offer and stuff like that. So I'm literally geeking out on stage as we speak. So I apologize in advance, people. Now, I wanted to clarify some things because I had a couple of ideas in my head as you were talking about it. You get to interact socially with people as you grow in-game currency. You get your own little spot, and then eventually, once you get accustomed to it and you actually get to have enough to set up your own world, you can create whatever you want. Now, I heard things like bringing in individual assets, like other like outside stuff that you've built. Like, is that like with Blender and stuff like that?
Yep, we're planning on doing like Neo's has, where you can actually literally bring in Blender and Photoshop textures and stuff like that, and have your own world space for that.
That is far out. Like, I mean, me personally, I know there's people like me that aren't exactly tech savvy and don't necessarily know those bits, but I guess that's where that MMO aspect of it comes in, because if you wanted to, you could just literally like play all of this stuff and never once worry about like doing what I would consider smart people stuff, like creating.
Yeah, you could, if all you want to do is go out and hang out with your friends, go to events or play games and stuff like that. Yeah, and there'll be a ton of different versions of the games. So there's always something new and something different. It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons in the old days, where you can actually literally like you go to somebody's house and do a game that they done, or you go over to Mork's house and do his game that he built. That kind of thing.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, it'd be Attack of the Stick Figures, I promise you. phenomenal that it's both like a two-sided coin that you could either be a part of or create a part of. And then like if I'm stammering, it's because I want to make sure that I understand it correctly. Like everything about the in-game currency, like the tokens and stuff that you earn doing these mini games. So like you said, you could make your own mini games. Does that mean that if like you made money off those mini games that you made, you would be essentially like starting your own thing? Because I think you said something about people being able to even like advertise their own businesses or wares and stuff within Utopia VR.
Yeah, we will have a place where there
What's
will be
up,
a
Happy?
business districts that you can like
Hey, good.
actually put real life world companies in there and host them and show services and products that you have in the world and stuff like that. We literally have two already people waiting to do that as we're partnered with Cyber Shoes and Haptics.
You've got Cyber Shoes and Haptics on the ball for Utopia VR. Like that is so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, like I'm sure everybody who's aware knows that. Right, like Cyber Shoes and Haptics are like two of the most like up like the top tier like uppers for like having the ability to walk as a lazy ass in a chair, you know, and also like being able to feel when you get shot or poked and or slightly massaged in VR chat. Like there's so many possibilities with this application. Like I can't even imagine like where the future of this is gonna go. Like I mean, when are we gonna expect like actual like release, and how does somebody get involved with this kind of thing?
Right now we're doing an early release. The next couple of weeks, we're going to be starting to let more and more people into the app because we're also stress testing our new servers we just got. So
okay,
that's how we're going to do. We're going to slowly start releasing content out to people as we're building it. We're just going to release it. Let the players tell us if they like it or not. If they don't, we'll change whatever they need to get changed.
I'm friends with me, but
that is so freaking cool. Well, I mean, y'all heard it here, folks. To be completely blunt, like there's nothing that I could say that would properly give something like that justice. It would be like someone who got off a roller coaster and threw up and was like, "You have to try this." Like I'm just excited as heck that we're gonna have something like this coming out here in the future. And again, like so there's a site that someone can go for other information. They're like Facebook pages, information. How would someone get a hold of the content to get this going?
Talk show, but
If you go to facebook.com/UtopiaV, you'll find us. You'll find us there. As well as we have different groups that we have that we call the guides, that are people that are actually help us, support us, and
you can
spread the word
have a
of us.
tour.
And then we have the pioneers, who are the people that are wanting just to get into the app.
That is so freaking cool. And I mean, I love that because there's a sense of pressure when it comes to certain things like that. Like people are always going to want to push, like, have you tried it now? You got to try it now, blah. And that's literally giving someone the option, like, I'm not savvy. And I would love to have the opportunity to sit in a group of people who are learning the same pace that I am about all the cool stuff that's coming out. It's like being in a movie theater watching trailers of a movie you get to watch. Like that is so freaking cool. Sorry for just like being the geek all over this. People, if you have the chance, here, any one of these posters on the walls, or clearly you can see that like now I'm, might be mildly sponsored. If you see any of these posters, or if you go to facebook.com/UtopiaV, it is going to bring up their page, and you can get a chance to see some of the awesome content that they've already got released, and all of the stuff that's coming out here in the future, as well as information on how to get started with being a part of the Patreon if you wanted to. From what I understand, to scoop up some wicked cool pre-game early access release perks and stuff like that, a snazzy apartment, a cool title in game, a certain bushel of some of the in-game tokens and stuff, other awesome things that I read in the little biop while I was desperately trying to study to sound smart when I got in front of a genius here who's building an app for VR. I tied my shoes today and remembered where I put my keys on the counter. I'm proud of me right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to thank James for coming in today, please, and get a chance here in the future to check out Utopia VR for me. James, thank you so much for coming on the show and helping break down. If there was anything else that you wanted to tell the people besides get involved, what would it be?
Well, we do have worlds here in Horizon Worlds to check out. We have a convention hall. We have a couple of games that we built in Horizon World now. And then we also have our information hub that gives more detail about different aspects that are different between other apps than we are.
Fantastic. So that's like, we actually have doors right here on the other side of these rooms. After this, I'm sure we're going to wrap up here in just a couple of seconds, guys. I can't thank you enough for being patient. Definitely check out the Utopia VR rooms that we have over here. The convention hall, the information hub, the mazes, the mini games. All of those were things that were created by the developers of this game. Mayhem Ace, this gentleman here, James. Guys, thank you for coming in and seeing us. James, thank you so much for being a part of the first technical episode of Mork at Midnight. When this gets cut, because this is a recorded studio audience experience, so you guys are going to get a lot of the sweet cherries that we put on top of this pie that I love to bake so much in front of y'all. When you get the chance, when we release all of the edited stuff for this pilot episode, you are going to see on Facebook all of the cool stuff that we did tonight, and all of the stuff that he was talking about. So thank you for coming in. Thank you for checking out Mork at Midnight, and y'all enjoy the rest of your night. I love your faces. I wish I could play me off, Johnny, but that's Lutzy, and he just give me some drums, baby. That's right. That's drums. Sexy.
See you guys. Make sure to stop in, check out Utopia VR, join the Patreon, and I'll see you guys there.